What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. A big thank you for joining me on today's video. So whenever a brand new Football Manager game is released, the number one question I always get asked is, who are the brand new wonder kids in FM23? So in today's video, I thought I would try and answer the question. I have 7 elite talents that you are going to want to go and look at in Football Manager 23. We're going to have 2 players from the Premier League, 2 players from La Liga, we have a Bundesliga star, we also have a player based in Turkey, and we have the main wonder kid for FM23, possibly the most talked about Brazilian wonder kid of all time, is going to feature in this video. So we're going to count them backwards from 7 to 1. Let's jump straight on into this one, waste no time. In at number 7 is Bukayo Saka. Yes, we are kicking this list off with an English wonder kid who plays for Arsenal. Made waves in real life last year when he made Gareth Southgate's Euro 2020/21 squad with England. Even had that fine performance in the final where he drew that tackle from Giorgio Chiellini, where he kind of horse-collared him and got Chiellini a booking. Chiellini was doing that because he can see that Saka is all about pace, and that's one of the first things you notice when you look at his profile. But before we jump into that, have a little look at that graph just in the top right hand corner, the pitch layout. You can see he's really good playing on the wide right and wide left as an attacking player. Can also be versatile coming back in the pitch, can even play as far back as a left back, can play as a right midfielder. If you haven't checked out my Arsenal beta save already, he plays really well in just a bog standard midfield right with defensive duties, and he is really excelling in the save. If you haven't checked it out, go and have a look at that. But back to Bukayo Saka in FM23. As I said, he's set up for pace. He can beat players on the outside. He will set up chances and he scores goals. Looking at him, he could do with a little bulking up. Obviously, physical isn't the most impressive part of his game in terms of strength, but when you look at 15 pace, 17 acceleration, he has finishing of 11, which could probably be worked on, dribbling of 15, first touch of 14. He has everything that you would think an elite wonder kid would need. Now, Arsenal have put him as a not for sale player. I'm pretty sure you can go and try and nudge them and see what you can get for them. One thing that we do see is that his contract actually expires quite early in the game, so if they don't manage to renew it, 30th of June 2024 is the expiry date on his contract, so he may start to look at his options early in the game. But you can see completely Bukayo Saka deserves his place on this list of elite wonder kids. In at number 6 is a Frenchman who is a Champions League and La Liga winner at the age of 19. Yes, we have Eduardo Camavinga. He's a previous FM wonder kid and one that continues to develop in game just as he does in real life. Having a little look at him as a player, you can see he plays only as 2 positions. He can be a central midfielder for you, can also be a defensive midfielder, and what you are going to get is an absolute elite wonder kid. His game is set up about him dominating games from the middle of the park. When we have a little look at his physicals, you can see that everything is really good there. Strength of 16, he has good pace of 14, acceleration of 14.2, aggression of 15, anticipation of 15, work rate of 16, his marking, his passing, his tackling, his technique. He's absolutely set up to have a brilliant career both off the pitch and on the pitch. And in FM23, I think he is an elite player who is only going to get better. This really could be a generational talent in the game. The next player up on the list is the player that I keep hearing being dubbed the Turkish Messi. You can see he starts the game as a 17-year-old at Fenerbahce. He is Arda Guler. If you look at the pitch in the top right hand corner, you can see why the similarities with Messi are there. He plays as a direct attacking player, best suited probably through the middle, can play as a makeshift left winger or right winger and a midfielder left and midfielder right too. Can also have a go up front if you want. I think he's competent enough to play in that position, but look at those stats for a 17-year-old. He's a player that I only ever hear good things about. Looking at the stats, the physicals are going to need a bit of work. That is the one area of his game that will probably let him down, but if you can work on it and develop that like the other stats that he has, I don't think he's going to have any problems being an absolute world star. When you look at the dribbling of 14, crossing of 15, first touch of 16, technique of 18, passing of 16, it's all there. This is a raw talent that you should go and check out in FM23 because you're going to hear the name in real life very soon. The player that comes in at number 4 on this list is Jamal Musiala. He is a player who started off his club career in the Chelsea Academy in London and then decided to switch to Germany, made the move to Bayern Munich, and he hasn't looked back since. Obviously starts the game as a 19-year-old wonderkid who is valued at 61 to 77 million pounds. And looking at his little pitch graphic, you can see that he enjoys playing attacking football, can play anywhere across that midfield three in terms of attacking positions. So wide left, wide right, through the middle. Will even have a go as a makeshift striker if you need him. Looking at the stats, you can see why he's an elite wonderkid. He has everything in terms of the physicals with good agility and natural fitness. His pace at 15 and acceleration at 15 are good too. In terms of the dribbling, first touch, technique, determination, flair, the stats go on and on and on. Jamal Musiala is obviously a wonderkid both in real life and in FM23. In at number 3 on this list is Pedri. He is a player who was born in the Canary Islands, and at one point in his career it didn't look like he was bound for greatness. He struggled a little bit to get off of the Canary Islands playing for Las Palmas, but when he broke through into their first team, all the big clubs come sniffing around. He made no secret that he wanted to join his boyhood hero club Barcelona, and that is exactly what he did for £6.25 million, and he hasn't looked back since. Went and settled into their academy really well, made the step up to the first team, and he is an exceptional midfielder who would enhance any team in the world. Looking at his little pitch graphic, you can see plays through the middle of the park. He's an exceptional central midfielder, can also play as a makeshift left winger and right winger too. We'll have a go at playing at left midfield and right midfield for you too. As I said, he's 19 years old, 66 to 83 million pounds is his value, and when you look at some of the stats for a 19-year-old, it is absolutely ridiculous. 16 stamina, 16 natural fitness, 17 anticipation, 16 composure, decisions of 16, flair of 18, vision of 18, technique of 17, passing of 17, first touch of 18, dribbling of 17. It's really easy to see why Barcelona made the investment they did. All Pedri has to do is keep his head down and work hard, and he will become one of the best midfielders in the world, both in real life and in FM23. In at number 2 then is a player from the Premier League. Yes, we have gone and we are looking at Liverpool's Harvey Elliott, the 19-year-old wonderkid, valued at 44 to 55 million pounds. Started his career off at Fulham, made no secret he was a Liverpool fan as a child, and as the opportunity arose to sign for the club, that's exactly what he did. Jurgen Klopp has made it his mission to make him one of the best wonderkids in the world, and I think it's starting to come to fruition. Now, obviously, Liverpool loaned him out to Blackburn, and he suffered a horrible injury, a broken ankle against Leeds, which stunted his development a little bit, but he's back on track now in real life, and I think in FM23, he's going to go on to become one of the greatest wonderkids on the game. Now, you can see his physicals probably do need a little bit more development in terms of pace and acceleration. He's not really going to be bursting past players, but the rest of it is all sublime. You can see he has good dribbling with 15, first touch of 17, passing of 16, technique 16, work rate, vision, teamwork, determination. It is all there. Looking at his little pitch graphic, he is a versatile player. He can play through the middle of the park, can play wide left, can play wide right. Harvey Elliott is going to be a wonder kid, and he's going to be an elite one at that. Here we go then, this is the moment you've been waiting for. Here he is, the most talked about Brazilian wonderkid of all time. He looks like he's going to go on to become the greatest player of all time, the GOAT status as everybody loves to band about. We just got to hope that he is more like a Lionel Messi than a Freddie Adu. This is Endrick. 15 years old, so if you're going to go and sign him for a foreign team, Bear in mind that he cannot leave Brazil until he's 18, I believe. You're going to have to wait a while. That price is going to go up and up and up. So if you want to negotiate the deal, probably do it early. Lock him in for the price that you can see. It's like 16.5 million to 20 million pounds. But for a 15-year-old, he's absolutely ridiculous. Pace of 13, acceleration of 13, dribbling 14, finishing 13, first touch 13, flair of 18. He's all about pace, directness, and if you give him chances, he's going to score goals because he plays in only attacking positions. His preferred foot is left, but he plays on the right, so a bit Mo Salah-esque. His preferred position is that right wing, but plays up top too. This is the one that everybody's talking about. You're going to have to wait a while to get your hands on him, and then you're going to have to develop him as well. Will he turn into that elite wonder kid that everybody thinks he's going to be? I think he's got a great chance at it. And if his potential ability comes to fruition, he's going to be one of the greatest wonder kids of all time. There you go then, guys. That is 7 of the elite talents that you are going to find inside of FM23. I believe these are the best 7 wonder kids you are going to find. There are other ones out there, obviously, but I don't think anybody will get to the heights that these 7 players can. If you can get them on your team, I'm not saying it's going to be cheap. You're going to have to pay a lot of money, and certainly in terms of Endrick, you're going to have to wait your turn to get your hands on him and develop him. But my gosh, if he comes good, this kid is really going to blow the game apart. He is just so special. And every single person who makes one of these videos or talks about Endrick or talks about Brazilian football is talking about this kid. Right then, I'm going to leave it here. Go and check something else out on the channel if you haven't done so already. Also, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you've liked any of these kids in this video. Please don't forget to leave a comment down below. Tell me which one you think should be at number 1. I have sorted them roughly in an order that I think their PA will be in the game. But if I've got it wrong, let me know down in the comment section below. Also, would you bring anybody else into the list? Somebody like Makoko or Jude Bellingham or any other players that you can think of that might rival these in terms of their PA and CA in game? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, if you do check something else out on the channel and you find something else you like, just leave a thumbs up, leave a comment on that video. But for this one, I'm going to leave it there. Go and enjoy all those wonder kids in FM23.